We're joined now by members of the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters men's basketball program. In the center of our podium is head coach Josh Schertz. To coach's right, the far end, is Dorian Penson. Dorian is a sophomore forward from Greenville, South Carolina. To coach's left, my right, is Jerel Simmons. Gerel is a senior guard from Accokeek, Maryland. And Coach, as you walked in and sat down at the podium, you said, what a basketball game, but truly it was. Interested in your thoughts on a game that literally came down to whoever had the last possession.
Yeah, it was doing this 18 years. I've never been a part of a game that good, and to have that game happen on this stage, the two teams just, competing their brains out, and unbelievable amount of respect for West Liberty, their players, their program, Coach Crutchfield. What a group of competitors, and I have an unbelievable amount of respect for guys in my locker room, and they just kept fighting and stayed resilient. We had to battle through foul trouble and some Jalen Steele went out with cramps, and all year we've talked about strength in numbers, and it was never more evident tonight. Curtis Webb hit some huge shots, and Gerel was out of this world. Dorian second half was outstanding, and I told the guys before the game with Bonifant, I said he was best player I've ever seen at this level, and we were able to hold him to 44, drew the line. No one gets 45 against us, so 44 was our limit, and we drew the line there. Said no more. No, well, he's incredible. Had one of the greatest college careers in memory. So again, just an amazing game. I was very fortunate to be a small part of it.
Dorian, we'll start with you. People are going to look at the box score, or they watch the game, and they're going to say it was a tremendous offensive performance. Personally, for you, 17 points, 10 assists, but you played a part in two very key defensive stops in the final minute. Tell us a little bit about your play in the paint down the stretch.
I just had confidence. My teammates kept me with confidence on the offensive end. As far as defensive, coach just stayed in my ear, told me to keep playing. So when it came down to me getting stops, I just dug in and came out with the stop that the team needed.
Gerel, you had a team high 35 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 13 of 21 from the floor, 4 of 7 from beyond 3. I know you weren't trying to keep pace with Seeger Bonifant, but you did a good job of carrying the load offensively. Talk a little bit about your game.
I realized I couldn't keep up with him. I had to use my team some more. But yeah, he was an amazing player. But I just kept confidence in my offense. A couple shots wasn't falling in the second half like they were the first half, but I just tried to stay in it. I know Lou was out with fouls and Jalen was cramping in, so I just tried to stay in it. And my team, they gave me confidence around me. Coach gave me confidence, and I just took my shots when I was there, and luckily they was able to go in.
Okay, questions for the Rail Splitters, Craig?
Creighton Rabs, Hero Sports. Coach, a couple things jump out. First, the last 3.5 minutes, y'all went 4 of 10 from the foul line. I'm sure that has to be a little bit concerning.
Yeah, I didn't realize we made 4. Probably we were 0 for 10, but it's one of those things. You want to close games, and making free throws closes games. I do believe, that's no one's missing on purpose. It's not a controllable thing. You can compensate for missing shots if you defend and you play with energy, you play with toughness. We just put more pressure on ourselves defensively, made it a little bit closer on the stretch than it needed to be. But I was proud that they didn't let the bad free throw shooting bleed into their defense. And then, I thought our defense the last 4 minutes was really good. Our free throw shooting really poor. And we've been a good free throw shooting team all year. It's just, we haven't shot it well either game here. I think we were 17 for 29 yesterday and 11 for 21 today. But during the year, we've been in the 70s, and so I don't think it's anything that'll have any carryover. But obviously, I was proud that we were able to do it on the other end. But obviously, we would have given ourselves a lot more breathing room had we made free throws.
And to follow up on that, there was a play, closing seconds. You guys are up by 3. As they were driving, you fouled them. Is that what you were going for in that particular situation? Yeah,
because I didn't, we didn't have any timeouts. It was, I think we were on the free throw line, and so we were able to communicate it. And it's one of those things. If you're up 3, you want to do it. If you're up 2, you can't. So I had to wait till the free throw went in, and without timeouts left, you don't know a kid, up 2 and he loses mind, fouls. So when the free throw went in, we had Curtis Webb there. We told him to foul as they got across half court, and we were able to do that. We didn't want, we'd already seen enough of Bonifant shooting the ball, so we figured we'd take our chances on the free throw line and try to, hopefully kick a couple in our way.
Question, David?
David Boyce, NCAA.com. This is for you, Gerel. Early in the second half, you guys were down 66-60. Steele just went out with a cramp. Choice had his fourth foul. But then you guys immediately came right back. What was the mindset of the team to be able to come back when everything looked like it was going against you guys?
I mean, just like we've been all year, if somebody's not able to produce or they're out because of foul trouble, then the bench come right in and like started. It's like having two starting fives. I mean, Webb came right in and hit 3 big threes, and Tim was great on the defensive end. So we just utilized all the players we had and enough to get the job done.
Dorian, this is for you. Obviously, we've been a resilient group all year, and watching every game, you've kind of been the heart and soul of that characteristic of the team. Just an unbelievable second half. It really seemed like you energized the team. Talk about, what the conversation in the huddle was and your approach to the game when you guys fell down 6.
When we got down 6, I mean, we knew we wasn't going to give in. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew they'll make runs and we'll make runs. So we figured we took their best shot, and then it was time to just kick a couple in, lock in defensively, still go in offensively, and then down the stretch, we just had to make a couple plays to bring it home.
Here you go.
Dorian, there at the end of the game, Terry missed a couple free throws and he looked a little distraught. And right before that last inbound, you walked over, you kind of got him up. Can you talk about what you said to him, or is that something that's going to stay on the floor?
I share it, but Eman, he's very emotional, so he wanted to knock those free throws in. So when he missed both of them, he got real down on himself. But we were still up, so I just went up and told him, calm down, relax. We still got the lead. Lock in defensively. Stay here. We're going to win this game. We're going to pull it out.
Yeah, because you told him, you said, stand right there and do your thing, because you needed him defensively. Gerel, talk about your game. I mean, an unbelievable game. 35 points. You're out there directing traffic. Had some people on the bench with foul trouble. Talk about what advancing to the national championship means to you. You've had where your career started from, where you're at now. This is a big deal for the SAC, LMU, and you as a player.
Definitely a big moment. I mean, just out there, I just felt myself getting going early, and the shots were going in early, and I just felt hot out there. So I just tried to keep attacking, and luckily shots continued to go in, and I realized I was drawing crowds, so I tried to look for my teammates as well. And I mean, it's just an amazing feeling, to win and move on to the championship on Saturday, and so hopefully we can pull it out.
Josh, what's it like to coach in a game like this where each team is making one big play after another in the final 2 minutes?
It's just, as a coach, I mean, it was incredible to watch, to be a part of. You're not getting a point or grabbing a rebound or anything, but just to, like I said, I just watched two teams and just watched the competitors and the great players, and I mean, how many great plays were made in that game and down the stretch, and Bonifant and Gerel and Dorian. I mean, but Davis Dennis. I mean, he was incredible. I mean, just guys making play after play after play. It's just I told these guys it'll till the day I die, this will stay burned in my memory. Is just an unbelievable performance. And I would have felt. I mean, obviously, I would have been sad had we lost, but I wouldn't have felt any different. I would have felt it was an unbelievable college basketball game. Had we lost 104-103, I would have felt it was extraordinary. I wouldn't have been. Our guys gave it everything they had. Those guys gave it everything they had, and nobody should walk out of here hanging their heads. You don't have to win a championship to be a champion, and both these teams and both these guys on these teams are championship level.
As we walked over here, Coach, the one thing you said is it's surreal playing in the national championship. Looking back 8 years ago when you inherited this program to where you are now, just can you even sum that up at all?
Well, it's been amazing to think where we were and where the program has come, and you do it with people, and they got to be unbelievably talented, and we've got obviously incredibly talented guys, but talent's not enough. You got to have chemistry, and you got to have competitive will, and you got to have intelligence, and these guys and the guys in that locker room, embody all that. And we've had really good teams over the years. We going into tonight, I think we'd won about 170 games the last 6 years, but we kept knocking our head in the regional semifinals. And we tell the guys all the time, the true measure of who you are is how you handle things when things don't go your way. And these guys just have stayed resilient, kept fighting, and it's incredible to have a chance to play for the national title on Saturday. And we're looking forward to it. We'll be excited to play. I know Augustana, Western Oregon will be outstanding, so we'll have to play at this level we played today to have a chance.
Gerel, you guys played yesterday. You personally played 39 minutes today. Can you even explain how you kept your motor going and how you had energy to keep putting something in for that entire game?
I mean, just adrenaline, I guess, and having my teammates with me, and they keeping me through it, and the fans, and that's all that really kept me through it, because my body is short tired.
Dorian, same question for you.
Hard practices. I want to say, coaches keep us going hard. Sometimes we fatigued in practice. You just tell us to keep pushing. So coming into the game like that is natural, and then adrenaline rush, and then just being playing in the moment. That's all I can say.
Coach, real quick, the closest game you guys have had in this tournament, I think, is a margin of 18 points. For you guys coming down the stretch, being in a situation where it's possession by possession, what do you tell your players? Do you put more trust in your seniors, or are you the one giving instruction? I mean, how do you prepare for a moment you guys haven't even had yet?
Yeah, it's tough. We haven't had a game like this since, maybe since December. So I think the last, am I right, Scott, 23 in a row by double figures. So, to get to this stage, we hadn't been in this. And, as a coach, you think, we talked about that it probably would come down to the stretch run of the game. You'd have to make plays. What we did was try to run stuff and put our guys, in the situation. We ran some things down the stretch for Gerel to get him in isolation situations, some action we run to kind of take the defense away and give him some reads out of what we're doing. And so we were just trying to play the hot hand. Gerel was obviously feeling it. We went for a while. Dorian was feeling it when he had, Bonifant on the post. But down the stretch, last 5 minutes, we put the ball in Gerel's hands a lot. He made big-time plays and found the right guys, and we were able to convert. So you just, at the end of the game, guys got to perform under pressure. That's part of being if you're going to win championships, you better be able to perform under pressure and make plays. And these guys were, again, unreal, and not just these guys, but across the board, everybody that hit the floor for us.
Do you think it's ultimately beneficial to put your players in a situation like this in case it comes on Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it's better when you have big margins, obviously. It's good to go through it. It's good to go through and have to execute down the stretch. Again, that's characteristic of a championship team. You got to execute down the stretch in a close game, and execution is not just offensively; it's defensively, and trying to do the right things on the defensive side of the ball. I thought the first half we had a ton of, we call them, attention to detail mistakes, scouting report errors, and second half I think we cleaned those up for the most part. Didn't mean they didn't score because they got great players. But, and I thought we executed really well the last 4 minutes on both sides of the ball, and that's ultimately, we were able to make one more play than they did. And so, yeah, I think that'll carry something into Saturday, because I assume if we play really well, that'll be a similar type situation. You have to make plays down the stretch to, I don't think it'll be any type of separation in those type of games.
Gentlemen, congratulations on an outstanding, exciting game.